Haley and I were running some errands today, and I didn't really plan on filming a video, but I have the GoPro in the car, and we were close to this Goodwill, and I was like, hey, let's just go in and see what we can find. Haley with the first find of the day. Got some Allbirds?
Yeah, regular price, $6.50.
What size are they?
They're small for sure. Women's 5, which is probably why they're still here, but
probably.
Take a chance on.
We'll take a chance on some Allbirds. Remember the good old days when you could get like $60 for Allbirds? And now it's like maybe 25. Got a pair of UGG Koolaburras up here. They look to be in pretty good shape. Only $6.50. I'll grab these. However, I've learned recently that there's a difference between like Uggs from Australia, the original UGG, and the new UGG. And you can tell the difference because the new one, the G in the middle of the new one, is bigger. And the original UGG, it's all the same size, I think. I think that's what it is. So these aren't worth as much as, like, you know, the real Uggs, but these will still sell. These are only $6.50. We used to pick up this brand all the time, SAS. They're like orthopedic walking shoes. Like, man, it's like every time I saw those, I'd pick them up. And they used to sell, but not so much anymore. I will get these though. Nice Merrell hiking shoes. Boots are going to be $8.50, but these are in great shape. Here's another good brand. These look a little too worn though. These are the Olakai flip-flops. I don't know. Maybe I will get them. I figured the bottoms would be kind of bald, but not as bad as I thought. They might ring these up as sandals, which will only be like $4.75. Definitely grab those. Gotta talk loud so the music doesn't get us a copyright strike. It's a lug bag in here. What do we got?
I got a Brooks Glycerin 19, women's 7, regular price.
Yeah.
And then a lug bag. This is the Shimmy regular price, which is $5.75.
$5.75. Yeah, we'll definitely get both of those. Haley's got some North Face backpacks over here. This one's a little. Like a little reflector piece or something coming off. That's not a huge deal.
They're both regular price, I believe. It's just like this little hang tag thing shows that it's $5.75. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think both of those are worth it. I think they're in good condition.
As long as there's no rips or anything.
Yeah.
Jester and they're both the Jester. Excuse me. You're good. There's this Lion King plush here. It's marked up to $5 though. That's definitely one of the live action ones, but it's a good size. Probably wouldn't recommend most people to pick it up, but I think in one of our Whatnot auctions, we might be able to get like $12 to $15 for it plus shipping. So it's like barely worth it. But if you were just selling on eBay, it's probably not worth it. I haven't looked up comps on this exact one, but some of the older, like the original Lion King plush, will definitely sell really well. But I'm not sure how this new stuff does. Haley's still over here in the bag section.
Yeah, Bagolini, $5.75.
That's very good.
Pretty clean too.
Yeah.
Kind of a bigger size too. We pick up a lot of the smaller and like the little, travel size ones from the bins.
Shoulder bags, whatever.
Look what I found. It doesn't look like much.
What? Oh, a Tumi.
It's a Tumi.
Wow. I don't even think I've ever seen a Tumi that wasn't black.
Yeah, it's very strange though. It does have this like
T-tech. It's Tumi tech.
But it does have the Tumi like there, and then obviously here and here. So.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Whole shoulder bag. That's
$5.75.
Nice. That's probably like probably 60, 70 bucks or so. I've never seen one like it. Very nice. This is pretty good. It's pretty good Goodwill just for like a random. Hey, we're here. Let's check it out. So a quick little stop in Goodwill today. We spent a total of $62.25. It did look like they charged us only $1 for that Simba plush. I didn't notice until later, but I guess I didn't see the price step tag on there. But $62.25 is pretty good. I think we probably have, I don't know, between like $160 and $200 worth of profit, maybe, depending on a couple different factors. And that kind of leads me into the next thing I want to hit on just a little bit in today's video. I would try to keep this very brief because I feel like I could talk and babble on about this forever. But essentially, the other day I was watching YouTube and this video came across my suggested feed called like, I don't know, like what YouTube resellers aren't telling you, ... you know, a little suspense. And I noticed that it had like 18,000 views and the channel only had like 900 subscribers. So whenever I see a video like that, I'm like, oh, that's obviously popping off. They didn't expect to get that many views. Obviously this video is kind of entertaining or, you know, whatever. So I watched it just to see what it was about. And to summarize it, the dude was very nice. I don't know his name, but he was polite in sharing his opinions. But his opinions were that most YouTube resellers are just kind of romanticizing the idea of reselling, making it seem more easy, like easier than it actually is, making it seem more profitable than it actually is. and just like planting this like false seed of hope in the minds of prospective resellers. Like people see our videos, they get excited thinking they could replicate our business exactly, and then they become disappointed later on when they realize it's not that easy. So first of all, I will say that I sort of agree with this guy. Like if you look at the reselling community as a whole on YouTube, there is a lot of extravagance in titles and thumbnails specifically, like, you know, jackpot found at garage sale, or once in a lifetime find at this estate sale, or oh my gosh, we found a $4,000 item at the Goodwill bins, whatever. And like, if it actually happens, that's cool, but it does seem like there's more and more of those types of titles and thumbnails popping up every single day. And some of them are a little stretched. I guess that's the right word I'm saying. We've probably stretched a little bit, you know? It's just about finding that balance between like posting a good video, but then people won't watch it unless there's a captivating title and thumbnail. So you have to get a little creative sometimes without like crossing a barrier. You don't want to post something in the title and thumbnail that's obviously a lie, but like stretching the truth just a little bit just to get more views is part of being a YouTuber. I do think that Haley and I have done a fairly decent job of talking about this from time to time, like telling you guys like, hey, I just want to let you guys know that we do have an advantage when it comes to selling. I think our eBay store has 26,000 followers. We've got Whatnot with 50,000 followers on there. We've got videos where, you know, hundreds of thousands of people watch us buy stuff. And obviously that makes it super easy to sell this stuff. So that is an advantage that it's not unfair. You know, we've earned that over the last 5 years, but is a clear advantage that if you, as a person just starting reselling without any social media following at all, tried to replicate, you would be disappointed every single time. And again, I think we have done a pretty good job of vocalizing that in previous videos. We had these stickers made last year, August, to hand out at FlipCon, and it has a question on here that I ask everyone that asks me, how do I get more sales? We get Instagram messages, YouTube comments, emails all the time from people that say, hey, I found your YouTube channel, love it, I got inspired, I bought, you know, spent $100 at Goodwill and listed the stuff on eBay and nothing's selling. I don't understand what's going on. And the one thing I ask them is, did you check the sell-through rate? Because when you see people on YouTube buy stuff and sell it, you have to look at the big picture. Like just last night, we did an auction with these Star Wars action figures, Saga Legends from 2009. On eBay, these aren't really worth anything. Like I wouldn't buy them to sell on eBay. They're worth $5 to $10, sometimes free shipping, very saturated. There's millions and millions of these out there. We got them in the big Disney Star Wars action figure haul we picked up last September, I think. But we were able to sell these last night on a Star Wars Whatnot show. We did a buyer's giveaway. I was singing songs from SpongeBob, creating a really fun environment. If you guys were there, you know it was really fun. But because we have that option, we're able to sell these. You know, I think we were getting like $15, $20 a piece on average for most of these, which is obviously more than somebody without those other things going on can get for the item. So just because you see somebody on YouTube buy something to resell and they say it's a good idea, you really have to do your own research. And that research comes in the form of the question, did you check the sell-through rate? Anytime you buy something for resale, especially especially if you're new, like getting into it for the first time, you have to understand the process of how to look something up online, see how many are currently available for sale, see how many have sold in the last 90 days, and then compare those two numbers. Like if there's 1,000 listed, probably this Darth Vader, there's probably 1,000 of them on eBay, and I don't know how many have sold, probably like 10. So it's a terrible sell-through rate. I would never buy anything like that because it's just gonna sit for years and years and years. And I know because we have items listed in our eBay store right now that have been sitting on our eBay store for, you know, a year and a half at this point because they're just terrible stuff we never should have listed. And we've been reselling for 5 years, you know, so it's not something that you just, I think we get better over time, but everybody, no matter how long you've been reselling, you're going to have bad buys. But anyway, that's another topic. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to come up with a way to summarize my what I've been saying in today's video. But what I really want you guys to take away is that the process of reselling in today's economy is 100% a very real opportunity. The idea that you can buy something cheap, sell it for a profit, and make money with that process is very, very real. You can do it on multiple scales. You could make $1,000 a year. You can make $1 million a year or more. You know, some of the most serious resellers I've ever met are not on YouTube at all, creating content or watching content. They're just trying to build their business. They're studying the economy, they're studying the market, they're studying, customers' buying trends, they're building relationships with suppliers, and that's how they're making the crazy money. They're not worried about social media in the slightest. But then you have other people like us and the people mentioned in that video that are focused more on the YouTube side of things. And to be frank with you guys, there's a ton of money in social media, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, whatever. Like, having the ability to create content that people kind of flock to and watch and enjoy, and like watch the ads that pop up in the videos, you can make great money doing that too. And if you want to do that, that's great. That's another way to resell. And so when you go to thrift stores like we did today and get like, some basic items, some shoes or whatever, that purses that sell for $20, $30, $40, having an audience that you've built over several years helps you sell that stuff. If you want to go that route, great. If you don't want to go that route, you just want to be a really good reseller without listening to what people on YouTube say, you can do that too. There's multiple ways to win. So just, if you see us buy something at a thrift store in a YouTube video and you think, man, I don't know why they bought that, that's not a very good purchase, you're probably right. And the only reason we're buying that, like that Simba plush today, is because we have an audience that we built up over multiple years that allows us to sell stuff like that. Again, if you're just focusing on eBay, you've got to keep asking yourself this question: did you check the sell-through rate? Because when it comes down to being a successful reseller without a social media following, that is the most important question you need to ask yourself on a daily basis. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. You're the best, and we will catch you on the next one.